Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Just about set for football. Blake Groupie is ready to get us started.
And we are underway from Santa Clara.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Purdy off the play fake.
Steps away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here's Purdy.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Eluding the pressure right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Throwing here, Purdy.
At the 38-yard line.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
This will be caught at Samuel. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 32 yards.
And the 49ers are on the board first here this afternoon.
Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. are going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Saints.
Again, it's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Your mark.
Now Carr. And he fires one incomplete. Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Carr now to throw. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
A.T. Perry.
65 yards.
And the Saints respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a bout of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Niners first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's It's intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
They'll take over first down 10 at the 46-yard line.
Hey, 734, 29. Hey, 734, 93, 90.
Now after the INT, it's Carr.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Carr's throw complete there to Perry.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9.
Later one, right Monday down.
And 1 at the 20-yard line.
On second down, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
Taking it in from the 20. And the Saints have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Groupie able to add the PAT.
And that makes the score 14-7.
49ers 7.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll get it out to midfield. It's spotted right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerome Jennings, 50 yards.
And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Purdy now to throw.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Purdy.
But they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Purdy on 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First down, New Orleans.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Carr going to throw.
Downfield, and he's got Olave.
Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the 2nd quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the 2nd half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
The point after, good by Groupie.
And the lead is down to 2.
Niners 23, Saints 21.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here was... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Groupie for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5.
Next to score, Saints 28, 49ers 23.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
15-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. That is caught. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they find a way to convert there on 4th and 6.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Forced out to his left.
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 44.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
McCaffrey is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Saints 5-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw.
Rolling to his right.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Niners have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
They go with McCaffrey.
And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara.
Down. Strike Monday.
A first down carry now for Miller. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready to run.
On 2nd down, here's Miller.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 44.
A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
Throwing now is Carr. Able to find the open
this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 28. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Trying the left side with Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Well, not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perry. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara,
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Saints put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. A little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Purdy to throw. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
To throw is Purdy.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? Complete at the 1. And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Look at him go inside the 30. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
That is intercepted.
Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Purdy.
That's caught at the 25.
Boy, you got to use one of those timeouts.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Now 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's across for a touchdown. And it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position.
This is 1st and 10.
One final try now for Carr.
He's got Johnson.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end on that last play.